Her wedding day, the bride skipped the ceremony and went straight into the bridal suite. Why? Because her new husband was lying there like a vegetable, not even needing sunlight. But marrying a guy in a coma didn't bother her at all. After all, he was the heir of the richest family, and even if he just lay there doing nothing, she was still gonna live like a queen. Her husband was good-looking with a great body. While massaging him, she couldn't help giving a few extra squeezes, secretly rating him in her head. What she didn't expect was that her vegetable husband could actually hear her thoughts. He was embarrassed and pissed, and his heart rate shot up so fast the doctor called it a miracle. Her mother-in-law didn't hold back either. She just handed the bride 10 million in pocket money for the month, and the woman was over the moon. She even thought smugly, "See, marrying me is the best thing that ever happened to you." But only 5 minutes into the marriage, the man's heart rate spiked again. His mom got even happier, treating her new daughter-in-law like her own kid. Since she'd heard he liked literature, the bride decided not to waste her generous allowance and started reading to him. But after a while with no reaction, she figured he wasn't into it. So she quickly pulled out her stash of romance novels. That worked. His face went red, and his heart rate jumped. The woman felt like she'd found a soulmate and started reading with passion. Meanwhile, the man was screaming in his head, "For God's sake, shut up already." He clenched his fists, dying to punch something. She noticed and yelled, which brought his mom running. Seeing her son making such progress on day one, his mom was thrilled. Her reward was straightforward. She slid off a priceless bracelet and fastened it onto the bride's wrist, leaving her younger son glaring with envy. Then a servant came in to change the man's clothes. The woman couldn't stop staring, wishing she could be the one doing it. Meanwhile, the man let out a sigh of relief, thinking, "Thank God it's not her." Just then, the younger brother came back, sulking. How come she's getting all these perks without lifting a finger? She's the wife, so she should do the wife's job. He insisted she take over his brother's care, including changing his clothes. To her, this was like winning the lottery. She grinned ear to ear, but the man cursed in his head, "This brother of mine has gotta be working for the enemy." The bride cheerfully grabbed the clothes, while the man grew nervous. He'd guarded his innocence for 26 years, and he wasn't about to lose it now. In a panic, he coughed up a mouthful of blood, but after the doctor checked, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Spitting out the bad blood actually sped up his recovery. His mom praised the bride even more, while the younger brother muttered to himself, "Pretty sure my brother just got so mad she made him spit blood." Treating her daughter-in-law like her own, the mom brushed off her son's complaints. She even took back the limited edition sports car she'd just given him and handed it over to her instead. The next day, she went even further. With bodyguards in tow, she bought out several fashion and jewelry stores the bride liked. That made the scheming older sister furious with regret. The fortune teller had originally said her horoscope matched the rich heirs, but she refused to marry him, afraid of becoming a widow. Now her younger sister, who took her place, was living the dream. She stormed home, forcing their parents to demand the marriage be swapped back. That night, bored, the bride pulled her perfect husband into a round of selfies. She was thrilled to have such a well-behaved man at her side. While snapping away, she noticed his lips were dry, so she went to pour him some water. That finally pushed the man over the edge. His eyes flew open, and the first thing he wanted was to call her out. He stumbled downstairs, but his body was still too weak. After shouting her name once, he collapsed in the corner. When the family saw him suddenly downstairs, they thought the house was haunted. That night, terrified, the woman climbed into his bed for protection. She even prayed, "If there's a ghost, please take him first." To be extra safe, she laid one of his legs over her own, thinking, "If the ghost works top to bottom, I'll have time to run." The man clenched his fists in fury, wishing he could recover right then and there. The next morning, his mom brought the bride a bowl of mung bean soup, but when she saw how caring the bride was with her son, she skipped the soup and instead signed over more than 20 houses to her. She even promised 20% of the company's shares. Right then, the scheming sister showed up with their biased parents. They claimed the fortune teller had chosen the older sister as the bride, and the younger one had only been a stand-in. Now they wanted to make things right, demanding a divorce so the older sister could marry instead. When the husband overheard this from the servants, he was livid. He thought, "She's already touched me, kissed me. If they take her away now, how am I supposed to get revenge later?" Just as the woman picked up the pen to sign the divorce papers, the man suddenly came walking downstairs.